Alrighty, it is currently 10:30 a.m. and this video documentation is for purposes of comparison, where you are understanding the pattern of conduct and all of the hallmarks that you've witnessed. Not only the people of the state, as you are seeing, it is indiscriminate. You are looking at a universal engagement with regard to that phenomenon, crossing paths in the specific environment. It doesn't matter who you are or what you're driving or what you look like, what your age is, or also with regard to the engagement in the pattern of conduct with the presence of engineered light while you're doing something which should be so ordinary, such as just driving a vehicle. At 10:30 a.m. I remain at what is 1810 North Alvarado Street. I'm in Los Angeles where I remain. This is where the entity is already documented engaging in what is stalking in the specific environment, and this is where you're identifying a government is placing an American citizen under surveillance, where this environment is remaining for the duration of the day. Also, no matter where they travel, which I've also captured in my documentation, no matter where I go, no matter how long I go there, the entity, no matter what direction that I go, also, the entity is maintaining this light source. That's the ongoing substance of my documentation. While I remain at Alvarado Gardens at the property, the entity is engaging in the same, and it is literally underscoring what is absolutely impossible. This is rising and setting the sun, and this is why it's referred to as the light source or the fake sun. This is an unnatural environment, and stalking by the government is occurring in the unnatural environment, referred to as the specific environment, where group stalking is underway. Group stalking is this public entity's engagement in what is criminal surveillance, and the entity is maintaining this environment while the people of the state, that are those people who you see arriving in commercial vehicles, they can live at the specific environment. They live all around the specific environment. It's all occurring under the guise of what's the natural environment, and it's entirely unnatural. And at 10:28 a.m. on April 8, 2022, you will see a third-party group stalker going by the name of FedEx. You are looking at what is a demon-possessed employee, not just a criminal engaging in the malicious pattern of conduct in concert with the people at the specific environment. The specific environment is wherever the target individual goes. Okay? So as I move, that light source moves. You're looking at what is engineered light while my shadow is appearing magnified in size. I want you to see this. This is a gigantic shadow. Okay, that's going up to the top of the wall. This isn't sunlight. And it's also impossible light activity because the sun is captured over me on a specific street, Calle Avenida. I believe I will publish that video documentation while I'm in Rancho Cucamonga, and you're looking at FedEx, which is, again, a third party doing nothing other than carrying a package under the light source and in engineered light. You'll see engineered light on the side of that vehicle. Sunlight does not do that. Never, ever, under any circumstances. And it also is something that occurs, and it has nothing to do with the light source, as my documentation also demonstrates. The entity does this. This is a demon that crosses paths with light. That's what demons do. That's why they keep engineered light all around the targeted individual, just like you've seen inside of my apartment, and the light is appearing on my ceiling. None of that is separate from what you're seeing the entity doing while it's flying all around me today at work, and helicopter, and arriving in Ryder Center for Better Life, and universal waste vehicles. It's the same exact criminal system underway. So I want to be clear, at 10:28 a.m. the entity is engaging in that pattern of conduct in Rancho Cucamonga, where I remain, and then I travel on public transportation, and the entity is maintaining that specific environment. It's 10:34 a.m. right now, and this is 1810 North Alvarado Street, the specific environment where the entity is group stalking on an ongoing basis, as you've seen today again. And this is speaking to what is criminal presence in the sky space. The federal government is aware of the fact that federal group stalking and monitoring criminal surveillance is occurring in a very specific environment, while the entity is maintaining presence in the sky, plane, and helicopter, which is what I just saw. Here it is right here, making huge space. That's what this third party is doing. This is a commercial airline plane. All they're doing is crossing path and then making U-turns. That's what you'll see close up on, again, this morning, but at the same time on April 8, 2022 at 7:50 in the morning, where I'm at 333 North Euclid Avenue. That's exactly what they're doing over there. They're coming in alignment to the path, and then they're making a U-turn, flying in the opposite direction. That's this. Demons engage in this psychotic behavior while the light source remains over the target individual, while you remain surrounded by engineered light. And this is actually what psychopaths, and these psychopaths are demon-possessed. This is a demon-possessed population. So in order to hide the fact that they're psychopaths, you can't hide it when you're maintaining presence. They're literally just crossing paths in planes and helicopters. Remember, the significance is that it's happening in the specific environment in engineered light. This is not, so you're understanding the significance of this crossing the path behavior and the environment that it's happening in. You're witnessing demonic activity in real time, and the significance of is where it's happening and the environment that it's happening, and it's also accomplishing criminal conduct. It's surveillance by a bunch of demons who are engaging in what is also Title 18 Title 18 criminal activity, which is monitoring with communication devices on the venue of the internet in concert with the people of the state, who are in no position to provide any aid to law enforcement who are engaging in a crime, surveillance, and they're doing it through the people. In addition to the state itself that has no constitutional basis, no warrant, no probable cause to maintain presence all around you, that is stalk you, follow you, remain where you remain in that specific environment, which is the prima facie case of state surveillance. It is again 10:36 a.m. and this is again the workplace where I'm subject to criminal surveillance. And that's exactly what the entity is going to be prosecuted for. This is terrorism occurring in this in the guide. This is surveillance that's occurring in the workplace, terrorism, workplace sexual violence by an entity. Remember, everything is denoted the fact that it's an entity that is monitoring. It's an entity that is terrorizing you. It's an entity that is harassing you. This is an never before recognized violation by the government that is placing you under surveillance in concert with the people of the state. None of this is sunlight. Okay, and this is terrorism while you're documenting it. None of this would ever be the case if the natural environment was over me, like you see FedEx in relevant position, group stalking using a commercial vehicle, and doing so in the specific environment while I'm literally standing in front of the published address. I'll upload that video. There's no sunlight that's going to occur here, and the sun is not both over me in front of that house in Rancho Cucamonga and over here in Los Angeles over the same hillside where the sun was rising this morning. All right, that's the pattern of conduct. That's the specific environment, not the natural environment. It is again 10:37 a.m. and this is P.O.C. at 1810 North Alvarado Street, where the entity is setting the sun inside, in alignment to me, remaining here for the duration of the day. And then that's your understanding how idiotic it is. But this idiocy, let me be clear, this is potent evidence. This is informing federal policy. These same people will stand before a federal court and they will receive as little mercy, as little consideration with regard to what they exhibited in plain sight when they knew that they were being documented. That's not going to be forgotten in federal court. All right, it is going to be the potent evidence used against them. Boldly sitting in the path, that's a threat to your life while you are literally the light source is directly above you. There is nothing that is hidden before the government. You are looking at plain impunity. That is directly relevant to how long, I don't care how long that old third-party group stalker, that demon, sits in federal prison. Her age is not going to in any way bar justice. Okay, it is currently 10:38 a.m. and this is P.O.C.